FIFA career mode is on here. What the fuck is... Why won't it go to... Oh, well, I'll be back in a minute. I'll still be live, but I've just lost my page here. On Spurs, I don't like the appointment of Nuno. Don't like the appointment of Nuno. I find his football very boring, and I don't think he fits with Spurs at all. So, yeah, don't like the appointment of Nuno. But, you know, that's up to them. They've done it now. That's up to them. Christian Romero would be a good signing from Atalanta. He had a very good season last year. Can't knock that. Let's see if we can get to 108,000 followers today. Please give us a follow. We're on 107,500. So please give us a follow. But yeah, I think that... I suppose Spurs leads us into a three-way. And everyone loves a three-way. And the three-way is Spurs, Kane, Chelsea... striker situation, and City. It's a four-way. We're having a four-way. So Spurs' future this season revolves around Harry Kane. You keep Harry Kane, Spurs have potential. You take Harry Kane out, Spurs are an unknown quantity. For me, Spurs become Everton without Harry Kane. With Harry Kane, they become Leicester. You know, and Leicester, I think, will be top six. Spurs with Harry Kane, you'd expect top six. Spurs without Harry Kane and Nuno in charge, I could see them being, you know, eighth. So Harry Kane is what Spurs are all about. And I'd be a little bit worried if I was Spurs. I'm not over the moon with the appointment of Nuno. It's a real shame they didn't get Conte. Welcome to Anish2079. The positive thing for Spurs is that if they do keep Harry Kane, I think they can have a good season. They've still got very good players. Son signed a new contract. Lloris is still there. You know, Reguilon will still be there at left back for another year. I think it was a 2-year loan, wasn't it? So, you know, Højbjerg's a very good midfielder. They've got Mora's still there. You know, they can buy a couple of players. They're good, but I don't rate Nuno. I think he's too defensive, and I think Spurs fans will not like that brand of football. But maybe he'll make them better organised than and user name 6700's right. Nuno did get Wolves into the Europe. I think Nuno's very, very similar to Mourinho, but he might be more effective than Mourinho because I think Mourinho fell off in the Premier League, didn't he? So yeah, for me, Spurs, it's all about Kane, really. Even if you sell Kane and you bought bloody Jesus or Sterling, it's still, you're talking one of the world's best strikers. Unless you're going to buy Erling Haaland, and even he might not fit you the way Kane did. Kane's about Spurs season. And I just want to say about Kane as we move into the striker situation, Chelsea and Man City want to buy a top class striker. You've got Lukaku, Haaland and Kane, who Chelsea, Man City would both love any of those three players. Probably Man City I don't think would like Lukaku because of his style of football, but I think, you know, I think Pep wouldn't mind Haaland or Kane. Can you get them? Can you get those players? I'm stunned the Harry Kane situation has become what it has become. Welcome to Ayan Rashid. Thank you for subscribing. And please give us a follow if you're watching. But yeah, I'm stunned by the Harry Kane situation because what was it? The end of May, Harry Kane wants to leave Spurs via Sky Sports. You know, that's leaked from Kane, that is. Or somebody very close to Harry Kane. Because Spurs don't want that out there. Harry Kane is basically put himself in the shop window. I don't think you finish a season and put yourself in the shop window unless you know someone's going to buy you. Like you just don't do that. It's like being married, isn't it? Right? You're married, a couple of kids maybe. Let's not bring any kids into it. Why should they suffer? You're married, right? You're married. You're happy, okay? And you know, it's your fifth year of marriage, and you look at the situation and you go, I like this marriage, but actually, I want a bit more excitement. You know, she's not really got much in the bank. I want to go I want to go Barbados. I want to go Disney World. I'm fed up of going to Cornwall, right? Do you start putting yourself out there, finding options before you leave, or do you go, I want to leave you. I'm off down the Chasers tonight. I'm off down the nightclub. You go down the nightclub and no one's interested in you. Oh shit, I've got to go back home now. So, you know what I mean? I think that's a good analogy for the Harry Kane situation because it doesn't make sense to me that Harry Kane basically says to Spurs, I want to go, and then he's going to come back because no one's going to buy him. He must have had somebody to buy him. And where are they? So it's an interesting one with Harry Kane. I think Chelsea would love Harry Kane. I just don't think Spurs, Chelsea, London, Levy would allow that to happen. But Man City, can they spend £150 million on Harry Kane and £100 million on Grealish? If they can, football's in trouble. If we've now got a club in the Premier League that's already the title holders spending £250 million on 2 players, the league is in trouble. And people can say that we shouldn't have financial fair play. We fucking should. We definitely should. You cannot have a team that can go and spend that sort of money without repercussion. So we'll have to wait and see how that builds out. Spurs want Zuma though, says Ohanda. Look, I've always said Chelsea, Kane, that would be fantastic. And Sol Campbell went from Spurs to Arsenal. That's worse. So never say never. But I don't know how that's going to build out. I really, really don't. City basically sponsor themselves anyway, says Ads Music. Well, look, people cling on to these emails and stuff about Man City. For me, I haven't paid any attention to this for a long time. I was asked on a podcast in the week what my thoughts were about it. And I said, look, I don't know. I'm not an expert. If Man City have done something wrong or they haven't done something wrong, I've got no confidence that they'll get done for it anyway. And obviously, if they've done nothing wrong, they shouldn't get into trouble anyway. But even if they have done something wrong, I've got no confidence they'll get into trouble anyway. I've got no confidence in UEFA. I've got no confidence in FIFA. They're both organisations that have had levels of accusations of dishonesty against them. I think money talks. And I tell you what, if money talks, Man City are sprinting. They'd win the gold medal at the Olympics. You know, they've got money. They've got massive amounts of money. I don't think Man City will get in trouble for anything. Do I think they've done anything wrong? To me, I don't understand how they could ever spend the money they did when they were first starting out without pumping money in from other organisations through sponsorship. But was that illegal? I don't know. To me, I don't understand how they could ever spend the money they did when they were first starting out without pumping money in from other organisations through sponsorship. But was that illegal? I don't know. And to be honest with you, we all play the game, we all buy the shirts, we all buy the subscriptions to Sky Sports. At the end of the day, we're all party to it. Ultimately, we're owned by people who wanted to take us into a Super League and turn their backs on our fans. We love the game, but the people who are running it, do you trust them? I don't trust them. People don't understand that we didn't get into trouble because we didn't do anything, says Atco. And to be honest with you, if we have got any City fans in there, I'm not actually that bothered about that because I think it does come across as sour grapes. We as football clubs and football fans put our hands